Big trades today in the 50K portfolio stock indexes in general. First day of March, first trading day of March. Big time trend day. We see this at the beginning of the month at times. And new equity peaks in the 50K portfolio as well. So if you look at soybeans, plus 762.50 on the day. You see gap continuation. It's up 2,400 on this trade. And Cobra 3 E-mini NASDAQ closed out a trade of plus 1,400. So we're up 2,100 between soybeans, which is closed for the day, and Cobra 3 mini Nasdaq. And we ended the month in a 33.52 drawdown. And the gains today, intraday, are 1,400 plus 1762.50 is 2,100 plus 24.45. This is an open position, so that could change. So plus $4,500 today, intraday on the 50K portfolio. Some big trading days. And so after having a challenge, I did the webinar for this, by the way, in January, and it was one of the more challenging months. So it's kind of how it goes. You talk about something and it doesn't do as well, and then it does recover. It came close to a worst case drawdown and rebounded 64.27.50 on February. It's up about, I guess, intraday 4,500 right now, and that will put us at a new equity peak if these gains hold. Also in the 200K portfolio, we ended the month. It's really been one of the more consistent portfolios. Has been the 200K portfolio. $542 away from an equity peak. Strong day to day across the board in these strategies, and 10,000 in January, 18,000 in February, and up today. I haven't tabulated all the results, but it definitely should be a new equity peak intraday. Some of these other portfolios are more challenging. They're having a strong bounce back today. So the micro stock index and micro gold, which can be traded on the the E-minis and full gold contract, made a worst case drawdown. With the volatility that we saw, I just made a video on the volatility that we saw in the NASDAQ. So it made this worst case drawdown. It's having a big bounce back day to day. And so that makes it challenging when you're at a worst case drawdown to know what to do. Sometimes it's best just to pull in the reins. Other times, if you have the capital, or if you start it in a drawdown, then you stop. Or you can keep going or add to positions depending on your capitalization, your psychology. So let's look at some of the others. I'll have this updated. So some of these others were down. End of the month down on the in the drawdown zone, 56.70, kind of break even on the all 78, and the short list of 51 was down. It was only up $80, and it's in a $13,000 drawdown. But all these should be having a bounce back today. Let's look at this minus 15.95 on the all strategy Access 51 plus 7 new. Some of our new strategies included. So this made a worst case drawdown. So some of our new strategies included NASDAQ strategies that the volatility in the NASDAQ at the end of February is approaching pandemic levels. And so it went down here and made this worst case drawdown. So the strategies that have done the best have had the least amount of NASDAQ strategies. And so if you look at the 50K portfolio, it only has 2 NASDAQ strategies. The 200K portfolio only has 3 NASDAQ strategies. And so while the NASDAQ, I'm personally attracted to the movement in the NASDAQ, sometimes it gets so wild that it is difficult to trade it. So as we look at this 200K portfolio, I'll have this updated, but I'm looking for nice gains today in these portfolios, and consideration in this is to not always trade the most volatile markets. Let's look at the indicator that I'm talking about. You see the average range of the last 4 hours. A 4-hour average range is up here at these pandemic levels, up here at Q4 levels. And so while we're attracted to the range because the range would indicate potential for profits, it also increases the volatility. And if it's really sporadic, fast ranges, it can add to losses. And so consider your NASDAQ strategies, consider your high volatility strategies, maybe have a range filter on some of these as we think about these. The NASDAQ is what's putting us ahead today. And so in the 50K portfolio, we do have 2 NASDAQ strategies. We've stayed with them. I'm not saying eliminate all NASDAQ strategies, but consider it deduction in the number of NASDAQ strategies in this portfolio as compared to some of the others, and manage that risk on those. Manage your risk on this. Cobra 3 has really struggled. It's hit its profit target today. Soybeans has been choppy. It's up nice today. The day trade strategy for soybeans is up today as well, plus 837.50. Nice short trade on that. And so that's the update coming into March that I wanted to share with you. And the equity peaks intraday on the 50K and 200K portfolio with about an hour and 10 minutes left to trade on Monday, March the 1st, 2021.